Hey, this is Tara Pritchard, Confidence Coach for Women, and welcome to day number 2 of the Spring into Confidence series. Hey, I hope that you have an opportunity to go back to the first video in this series, right? And that video is called How to Release Emotional, Spiritual, Mental, and Physical Weight That We Carry, right? So that was a good one. So if you haven't already checked it out, please make sure you go and scroll back and you check that one out before you check this one out, unless this is a topic that really resonates with you. And this one is all about you kind of eradicating, you eliminating, you releasing, and almost in a way repositioning your old negative beliefs. Hey, I see there's somebody that's hopped on, right? Because our old negative beliefs, right? And I say this in I feel like I say this every time I talk to you, right? But our beliefs are secretly running our lives. Our beliefs are secretly running our lives. And I think that as just humans in general, we don't realize how powerful our thoughts can be, right? Thoughts become things. So choose the good ones. Hey, Kendra, thank you for joining. And thank you for always kind of liking and engaging with the things that I share. I do appreciate that, right? So our beliefs, they're always navigating. So if you look around at your life right now, you will see the results of the things that you believe, right? And I'm going to teach you 3 steps that you can use in order to reposition those old negative beliefs. But here's the part of this whole entire video that is the hardest part, is doing this on a daily basis. We can do it today and be like, I let that go, or I'm done with him, or I'm over this, or I've healed from that, right? But how do you keep that up on a day-by-day basis? Specifically, like I know a number of you guys who participated in my Spring Clean Your Life challenge, right? After that challenge, you're like, okay, now how do I keep this up for the next couple of weeks or months or years without you, without you guiding me, right? So obviously one way is you can work with me, obviously, or you can implement certain strategies that you can use on a daily basis that are going to allow you to navigate the world and navigate life, because anything can trigger something to be negative, to pop up, or to remind you of something you thought you healed or you thought that you forgot about. I can't tell you the number of times I thought I had healed a certain thing, and then the situation presented itself, and then I was like, damn, I felt the same way, or I had a similar reaction, right? And we know patterns, cycles, that's an issue, right? If it's repeating itself, that means it needs your attention. And we talked about that a lot in yesterday's video when we talked about releasing the weights that we carry. And oftentimes the weights that we carry, there are patterns or cycles that are involved with those, whether they're passed down from generation to generation, or it's just something we remember always doing since we were a little girl, or it was a belief that we planted in our mind at some point in our journey that is guiding our lives, right? And every time we try to take a step forward, we feel like we get pushed 10 steps backwards, but usually it's because of your beliefs. So, you're trying to figure out the best way to say this. Your beliefs is almost like there is like a meter, right? Or a barometer or a meter. And if you go somewhere out of that comfort zone, whether it's above or below, then you're always going to try your best to get back to that place where your meter is. So here's the best example. I like to use this. Say money is a good way. Money is a good way to look at it. If you are used to or only think you deserve or in the vibration of making a certain amount of money, say it's $3,000 a month. Let's just go with that, right? And you're used to that. That's your meter. That's your barometer. You get that tax money back, and I use this example often, but this is perfect because of the time of year. You get the tax money back and you have more tax money, right? So you're now this month, maybe you have $4,000 instead of $3,000. So that's above your normal meter. So because that is out of your normal comfort zone and belief mechanism, you're going to do whatever you can to ensure you get back down to your comfort zone of $3,000. So what does that mean? You're going to find a way to spend that money, right? Because you're not used to having it. So you're going to want to get rid of it right away, because that is your belief system. That's where your meter is. That's how powerful your beliefs are, right? That's how come you can keep attracting people who cheat all the time, because that's a part of your belief. I just came from dinner with people saying this. All men cheat, all men lie. I don't care what color they are. I'm like, excuse me? That's what you believe. But again, that's also what you attract. That's not what I attract. that's what you attract. So that is that person's belief system. Just like other people believe, oh, there's no good men out here. That's not what I believe, right? So I meet good men all the time, everywhere I go. Not necessarily always in a romantic way, but there's men all around here. But so often, again, our beliefs are guiding and they are driving what it is you see around you. So if there's something that you don't like about your life and where you are, 9 times out of 10, it is your beliefs that's driving it, or the perspective that you have about a certain situation. I just came back from celebrating my mom's birthday, and today Tyler Perry's new movie Acrimony came out. And even when the main character, Taraji P. Henson, was in her little therapy session, you know, her counselor even asked her, what if we looked at this from a different perspective? And she just could not fathom that, which almost basically drove her crazy, because she had one belief system, which drove her to do a bunch of crazy shit that she shouldn't have been doing. But that was her belief system, right? So your belief system is something that you need to check, because it is the guiding force behind everything you're doing, behind the life you want, behind the marriage that you want, or how to improve the one that you're in. It is guiding the money that you're making or not making. It's guiding that bank account. Let me tell you, it's guiding how much you're glowing from the inside out. It is guiding a number of different things. It's guiding where you live. It's guiding who's your friend and who's not your friend, and how you perceive certain people, and whether you're getting an award or whether you're moving in purpose. Your beliefs are running all of that. And the beautiful part that I love about beliefs is that you have the power and the ability to shape them and to shift them into what you need them to be. If you can consistently work to reposition them, then you can consistently create the life that you really want and the life that you really desire, right? So it seems like it's simple, but it's a consistent process that you have to do. So let's get into my 3 that I want to share with you. So the first thing that you have to do is you need to identify the negative beliefs that you're carrying, and you know what they are, because the first step is always releasing them. And you have to make that decision that I'm sick of this, I'm tired of this. It needs to be released. It needs to be let go. There needs to be elimination, right? And I talked about this yesterday. There's elimination, there's preparation, and there's manifestation. And the phase you're in, yesterday when we talked about releasing weight, that was about elimination. Today we're talking about preparation, right? And this is preparing your mindset so that you can be in a position to manifest what you want. And we'll get into manifestation when we get to the third part of this series, which is going to come for you tomorrow, right? So the first thing is deciding that you're going to release it, because a lot of us can make agreements with ourselves that we're going to carry that certain belief or carry that perspective. But what I need you to do is learn how to unbind yourself from that thing and make a decision. I'm going to release. Right? I make a decision that I'm going to release this, and I'm going to do whatever it is that I have to do. If I need to get a counselor, I'm going to do it. If I need to sign up for this program, I'm going to do it. If I need to read this particular book, that's what I'm going to do. If I need to journal about it, if I need to scream about it, whatever it is that I need to do, make the decision to release it. And saying, I'm sick and tired of my love life going this way. There's something new and different I need to do. Or I'm sick and tired of, looking at my bank account and I'm barely making, there's something else that I need to do. I'm sick and tired of praying and asking God what my purpose is. That means there's something new that you need to do, right? So the first step is going to be releasing whatever it is that you're carrying that's not serving you, whatever negative or unhealthy patterns that you have that's not serving you, whatever area of your life where you are not seeing, whether it's your finances, your relationship, your purpose, even your relationship with God. If it's not where you would like it to be, that means that you need a shift in perspective, or you need to shift those beliefs, and you need to do it on a day-by-day basis so that you're in a positive enough vibration to manifest what it is that you actually want to see in that particular place. So number 1, release the old negative beliefs by making a decision that you're going to I give myself permission to release this shit and let it go. Right? And then finding a way to do that is going to be the important part. We'll get to that though. Right? So the number thing you need to do is you need to redefine those old negative beliefs, right? So at this point, you probably see it as a limitation. But what I need you to do is flip that over and turn that into an affirmation, where you're constantly affirming something in the positive instead of affirming something in the negative, right? Because what you speak is what you get. What you believe is what you get. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what you're really visualizing and what you're really experiencing. And so again, that is the beauty and the power of your mind. I even talk about that in my book, Born Fierce, How to Unleash the Confident Woman Within. So if you want to redefine it, then the next thing, once you have decided, I'm going to release this shit, I'm done with it. I'm tired of limiting myself. I'm tired of settling. Right? And here's the thing. Don't complain about a situation that you have chosen to settle in. Do not complain about a situation you've chosen to settle in when I've offered you a resource and you're not taking it, or I've offered you wisdom and you're not doing it, or I gave you a challenge but you didn't implement what I gave you. Do not, again, sit here and complain because you've chosen to settle in something, or you're refusing to give yourself permission to move forward. So again, the second thing is going to be redefining it, turning your limitation into an affirmation that allows you to move forward. Right? So instead of saying over and over again, I'm not enough, I'm unworthy, I don't deserve that, I don't deserve him, I don't know if I'm ready for that, turn that shit into an affirmation. Instead of saying I'm not ready for that thing, start saying, it's my time and I'm ready. And go above and beyond that. Be very specific as to what it is that you want, which goes into my number 3, which is to reprogram your mindset on a day-by-day basis, right? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So what are you listening to day by day that is helping you to reprogram your thoughts? What are you speaking every day that is allowing you to reposition yourself? You should have a daily, what I like to call positioning ritual that is daily preparing you and positioning you to manifest what you want. Right. And I've shared this in pretty much all my videos almost that I've done during this particular year, that I started a new positioning ritual at the beginning of this year. And the results that I have had as a result of it in every single area of my life is ridiculous. Right. When I was out yesterday, one thing I wanted to do had to do with friendships and just being a little bit more approachable and open. Child, yesterday, at least 5 random people in the same place I always go. I went to this place. This kept talking to me out of nowhere. That would have never happened months ago. But that's also because I've changed my perspective. But I also changed what I listen to on a daily basis. That's constantly reprogramming and repositioning myself to be more open. So I can limit myself and say, oh, I'm an introvert and I can't talk to people and I can't do this. Or I can turn that limitation into an affirmation, and then I can listen to it every day. I can speak it every day. I can write it every day, so that I'm slowly but surely preparing and positioning myself for what it is that I want to come into my life. Right? Just like I have affirmations about me being a speaker, and I've been saying them for maybe since the beginning of the year. Right? And guess what? My last speaking engagement last week, at least 10 people randomly have come up to me and they have said, wow, like, who are you? Or they've come up to my mom like, your daughter is, amazing, blah, 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 blah. They're like, I need to know her. Like, I need your business card. Why? Because I've shifted and changed in the language that I'm using every single day. Right? So I learned how to release the old fears, old doubts. I made a decision. I'm tired of this shit. Or I don't want that anymore. Or even if it's an area that's already good, I want it to be great. So you still, even if you're not necessarily in a totally negative space, maybe your career is your strongest area, and it's going good, but how could it be great? You can still use the same exact methodology. How could you make it great? What could you be saying to yourself, listening to, writing down every day, right? Think about what it is that you want. Right? If you want to write down every day, I live in a brand new dream home, and it's, 3 stories high. It has luxurious, it has stainless steel, everything. It's designed to interior design perfection. I have hardwood floors. Speak what you want, write what you want, talk what you want. That is how you position yourself. But here's the catch. You got to do this every day. It's not a one and done. I write down my goals and I'm done. I make a vision board and I'm done. I take Tara's one program and I'm done. No, it's not. That's not how it goes. I read a book and I'm done. No, this is the shit you got to do every day. This is the stuff I do every day. I'm not going to walk up out of my house if I'm not doing my daily ritual every day, where I'm constantly, positioning myself. But not only do I do that, I also take time to release stuff, because no matter how connected you are with God, in fact, the more connected you are, the more you're going to deal with, I feel like, struggle and strife, because there's a journey you're going through. There's the evolution you're going through. There can be no, positive if you're not enduring and going through negative, right? So that's why releasing is important. And one of my favorite ways to release is obviously through journaling, right? I'm a big believer in writing. Everybody is different. Yours might be listening to music helps you release. Yours might be painting something. Yours might be through dance. Yours might be sitting by the water. Figure out what works for you to help you release stuff and let stuff go. If not, imagine you're sitting and you're carrying all this issue around you. And if you're carrying all that stuff around you, you all tied up and binded up. And it's time for you to unleash that. It's time for you to move into the powerful version of yourself that's cultivated, that's healed, that's evolved, right? That can attract men that is at her level, that can step fiercely in her purpose. And you can have those people come up to you saying, who is that? I need her card. Just because there is something about her. And you know what the crazy part was? That these people who have been coming up to me about me speaking, the main thing that they like is not necessarily this that I was speaking, but so many people said it's not necessarily that I love the speaking, but what I loved about you compared to the other speakers in general was the spirit that you brought to it. I love the spirit. I love the energy. Now we're getting into magnetism. Now we're getting into my energy. Now we're getting into my vibration. But the daily ritual that I do, all of that is a part of what it is that I do. So when people are telling me that, I appreciate it, because it is confirming for me that the work that I do every single day, that is paying off, right? And that I'm seeing the manifestation. I did elimination. I did preparation daily. And now I get the benefits of the manifestation of it, right? When people reflect it, say it back to me. I always say, men are our mirrors, people are our mirrors. They're going to constantly reflect back to you how much you're healing, evolving, and growing. Now, men are excellent for a lot of the inner stuff, the emotional, mental, spiritual, all of that. They're really good at mirroring that shit back to you, okay? They're really good. But all people are. Our children are. My students are always mirroring some shit back. Like if one of them cuss, I'm like, oh my God. Or they say like I'm done all the time, because that's how I am. Because I say I'm done all the time. I'm like, oh my God, right? It's like they're like me. I'm like, oh my goodness, right? They start acting like me, and I'm like, oh, where they learn that from? From me? They're just reflecting back to me whatever it is I'm putting out. And that's basically what's going on. The energy, the vibration is going to reflect what it is that you are putting out to the rest of the world. So wouldn't it feel even better that you're putting out this powerful vibe, this fierce vibe, this confident vibe, right? Or you're putting your words out there, or you're writing your words, or you're listening to things that are affirming you, or you're even calling in the things that you want. Because if you're saying every single day, I'm married to the man that God has chosen for me, if you're saying that every day, after a while, somebody going to show up. He might not show up on day 6. He might not show up on day 21. He might not show up on day 66. He might show up on day 108. But if you have released the old and you let go of that old baggage you carried, you have redefined what it is that you really want. And then you're reprogramming and repositioning. And then you're saying it. You're replaying it basically every single day. Because I listen to the same audios every day. I've even started, because they've been so powerful for me, this year alone, pretty much every new client I've taken on, I've made them a custom, meditation or affirmation, kind of visualization, right? It's my voice, but it's your issue that you want to reprogram, right? Part of it is you releasing, you redefining, and I redefine it for you. I come up with all your affirmations for you, and then I create it to the sounds of a beautiful, very high vibrational sound, soothing sounds, and then I make my clients, you got to replay this shit every day. Every day, you got to do it. I give them the time frame in which you really start to solidify and see the results. And you got to do it every day. I don't care if you don't see nothing on day 5. Listen to this shit every day. And then come back to me and tell me what comes of it. Right? And again, replaying it over and over, because in repetition is where you get to the place where you can have the fruit. Things come to fruition. There is manifestation based on the things you're saying. But guess what? This all works in the opposite. If you're negatively talking to yourself, or there's somebody in your life that's constantly negatively pouring shit into you, it's the same way. Eventually, some negative shit about to pop off. If you're saying it every single day in your mindset, it's the same thing, right? So it's important that you put these into play. Release it, redefine it, and then reprogram every single day. Right? So I don't know why you decided to show up for this series or why you were drawn to this topic. But I would like to invite you, if you haven't already, to go check out and to sign up to join me in Powerfully Positioned Women Academy, where I will be teaching you specifically how to release this shit, right? I'm not just going to say release it. I'll teach you specifically how you go through the process of releasing stuff. And when we utilize from the Bible, Queen Esther, God made her go through an entire year of preparation, purification, and elimination, a whole entire year, right? And after that year, she really stepped into purpose. That's when she got her husband. But an entire year, half of y'all ain't trying to go through 2 days without talking to a man, or, going through elimination or preparation, or somebody looking at your dating profile or this or that, because we're so used to instant gratification. I'm about to say gratification. We're used to instant gratification. But you got to learn how to release stuff. And I teach you how to release in yourself as a woman, your confidence, your beauty, your power. But I also, your belief system. But I also teach you in the areas of purpose, in the area of relationships, but also with in terms of finances and abundance. And also with your relationship with God, I will teach you how to release and redefine and reprogram yourself so that you now know the posture principles of a powerful woman, right? And how you can embody those as you move forward. And we will do a deep dive of Esther and how God kind of put her through that process and what we can learn from her journey as a queen going through that process, because that's ultimately where you want to go. Because how was it that she went through a process for a year, just like other women went through the same process? They all had to come before the king, but she's the one that stood out because it was also time for purpose. For such a time as this, there was a purpose and a plan that's in place, just like there's a purpose and a plan that's in place for you. But it's time for you to determine how is it that you need to position yourself. So the first week is all about the Esther and the posture principles. And that's where we deep dive into elimination, preparation, and manifestation. What that means. I also teach you what manifestation, how do you actually manifest things, right? So people say that all the time, but how do you actually really do it? We deep dive into that. And there's a master coach also, and we read a number of things from her that will teach you what that actually really means and how it actually really works, right? Then the second week is all about stepping into purpose, especially if you have a business or you have a side hustle. I will teach you how to build a personal brand and how to really cultivate that part of yourself, right? Part of that is also you get access to my Step Into Your Purpose challenge. It's like a 5-day challenge that will be a part of that module. But I also teach you about resilience and perseverance, because when you're on this journey of being, stepping into your purpose, whether it's your career or whether it's a business, especially when it's a business, there's a resilience and a perseverance that you have to have. And are you up for that challenge? Because negative beliefs, if you're an entrepreneur, are part of the game. I just talked to a girl about this a couple of nights ago, because she was like, she has a business, but she was like, it's a lot of work, and I gotta sell stuff, and I need recurring income, and I'm going to fit. Girl, she was going on, and I was like, well, you do know that if you're going to be an entrepreneur, that there's going to be failure, and that you're not always going to succeed, and everybody's not going to like you. You're not going to make the money you want you do know that there is a learning curve. You do know that there is no such thing as an overnight success, but people don't know that. So we deep dive into that. We're going to deep dive into that during the purpose module. And I will say that my 2 clients who went through, 2 of them, not all of them that went through, but 2 of them at least, who were actually business owners, and you don't have to be in order to get benefit from that module. You really don't. But I know from just going through the program alone, even from that module, they were able to take on new clients, right? I have one client who was featured in the Huffington Post, and oh my God, her new headshot for girl, she done snapped gorgeous. Or even one of those clients also started a new job, because as she went through the program, she was laid off, and she still said, I'm going to invest in myself, and I'm going to invest in this program. And she just emailed me recently to say, you know what, Tara, hey, guess what? I got a new job now. And that was beautiful to hear that, because she did a lot of repositioning work last year. She took my Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. She took my Magnetic Women Boot Camp. She did, I think, my Unleash Your Fierce program. And she was just like, I'm just ready for this next level. I can just feel it. I just know it. And I trust that you can help me get there. And she got there, right? Which is a beautiful thing. Everybody's a work in progress. So, keep that in mind. So anyway, so that's week 1. Week 2, week 3. It's all about the financial abundance. It's all about that money, because money is a mindset thing. Money is an energy thing, right? If you're in that vibration, and also there's a money story that you're carrying. I'm going to teach you how to release that. There's a way you need to redefine how you look at money and how you think about abundance, because there's a certain vibration you got to be in where money's constantly flowing into you, let me tell you. And then reprogramming. What are you saying every day about money coming to you? I know I have my daily saying. I know before I hop on a call with somebody or something, I have my saying that helps put me in that vibration. Now, does that mean that everybody's like, oh, let me give you money at that moment? Maybe not, but I can guarantee you that it puts me in a certain vibration, and that a lot of things come to me, both expected and unexpected, on a continuous basis, based on what I speak and what I write and what I listen to every single day. Let's be clear, right? A lot of people are like, oh, why am I not making money? There are millionaires and billionaires. The stuff I just told you, they do that every day. They are listening to things. They are writing things down. My first multi-million-dollar business coach is really the one that instilled that in me. Like, she's just like, if you ain't write it, it ain't real. She's very big on visualizing and writing and journaling. And she even has a whole course called like Journaling Secrets, basically how she journaled her way to success. Ain't that crazy? It seems so simple. But it's amazing what can happen when you speak something, you write something, or you're listening to something on repeat every day. So finances, financial abundance, and I also teach you where to find money at. That you got it right in your house right now. You got it right in your purse. Don't even know. Then the next module is everybody's favorite, and that's mastering sacred relationships. So we're looking at relationships in terms of how we heal our hearts, how we identify, the things that we learned from our past relationships to position us for our future relationships, especially if you want to be married and you want to be a wife. So we talk about what that really means to be a wife, what it means to prepare and position yourself to be with your partner. We talk about your feminine power, your feminine energy, and how to elevate that and kind of get in connection with your sin and your attire. Just kind of a whole full complete overhaul of your magnetism from the inside out after we do the healing work. That's where we're going to start. We don't just jump into that next part of being sweet and receptive. That's what I'm trying to say. Where you're able to be receptive and lean back and attract to you, right? You beckon a man instead of begging him to be with you or clinging to him, right? You're going to call him in a different way, in a very beautiful way. So that's that module. Then the next one is all about strengthening your emotional and spiritual foundation. So that's all about you strengthening your relationship with God. And I give you a number of different techniques and activities, almost like little dates and stuff you can do. You can do with God to really build up that relationship. But we also go into the power of fasting as well, and how you can use that and amplify that. You also get access to my Fierce Prayer Challenge as a part of this program as well. And when you amplify that, oh girl, that's just making me happy thinking about it. And then lastly is all about, my bad, it's actually 2 more modules. Then the next one is all about actually putting these things into practice, and actually beginning the work of manifesting the things that you want and that you desire. So that's when I deep dive into the manifestation techniques and tools that you can use to attract the things that you want. And then the last week, we call that Power Week. So that is the week where it is my expectation. It's really implementation week. So every single day for about 5 days straight, I send you an audio every single day based on the 5 posture principles that you'll learn in week 1. And then you're supposed to implement everything I taught you about money, everything I've, taught you about men and magnetism, everything I've taught you about purpose and about, fasting or, managing your body or being in your feminine power. I kind of give you a little template of kind of how to navigate it, but it's almost like you get to practice it for a week. And the goal is that you will continue that on, like I said, repetition, but it's almost like a practice week for you. So you can do a little trial run of it. So you can run it while we're doing a program, or you can, and you'll always have access to it. So you can do it again 3 months from now. You can be like, you know what, I need to reset. I need to do a power week right now to get myself back into the vibration, right? And we all need that. I know we just did the Spring Clean Your Life Challenge, and I went through it myself. And one of the main reasons why I loved it is because I also wanted to reset, especially with the foods and stuff that I was eating. Because from wintertime, I got very, very comfortable as I'm working, and I've increased the number of clients that I work with, and I have seniors and all the shit I got to grade. So I would just be eating anything. I'll be on the phone. Okay, girl. Okay. So you want to be confident? Okay. Then I'll be, grading. Then I'll be texting. Then I'll be doing this, and that. And I'll be grabbing anything. So I know I needed a reset. And all the time, we need resets. That's why this video is about being positive daily. It's the daily work that you're putting in, but you got to learn how to do it before you can do it day by day. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, that is Powerfully Positioned Woman Academy. It is currently $997 because I'm really giving you my all. Right? I've invested a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy into cultivating myself, into learning all of these things. And I've packaged it up in an easy way so that it's easy for you to follow. Right? It's all, we have an entire course website that breaks everything down. You get all my videos. There's 300 plus hours of brand new videos you ain't never seen. There's tons of new worksheets. I've included some of my challenges I've done in the past. My Fierce Prayer Challenge is a part of it. My Purpose Challenge is a part of it as well. You get access to my vault. So every class I've ever taught before in the last 3, 4, 5 years. You get access to my book as a free bonus. You get access to my Magnetic with Men bootcamp as a bonus. And that's like a $300 value in and of itself. You get access to my Fierce Mindset Mastery book list. So a lot of times people ask me what books have I read that really have helped to shape or reposition me. I'm going to give you access to that because everybody don't need that. So it's not like I'm not giving you the value. I'm providing you the program alone without the bonuses is the bomb. I'm not even gonna lie. And I'm not just saying that. If you go to bit.ly/Power Academy, you can clearly see my clients and their feedback and how they've been able to navigate the process. And now that's why they have clients. Now that's why men are ready. And they're like, okay, who that? We need her number. That's how my clients now have new jobs, right? Because it's about the shit that we do on the inside that attracts what's going on out on the outside. And if you're walking around with a negative energy because you're still stuck on your ex from 10 years ago and you haven't healed it, then it's time. It's time for you to shift that. It's time for you to change. And you will know intuitively if it's time for you to shift something. If it's time for you to change something, you will know that the time is now for you to shift it and change it. Let me check my time because I got to head over to Instagram in a second. Make sure you follow me at Unleash Fierce if you haven't already, right? So again, enrollment is closing on Sunday. There is definitely a payment plan. If you participated in the Spring Clean Your Life Challenge, you do have an additional coupon. So for you, it will be $8.97. And then from there, we would do the payment plan, right? And I had a number of people do it for my last challenge. Was the last month we did Position to Be Found? No, from the Comfort Zone Challenge. It was a couple of people that used the coupon because they did the challenge. And guess what? I appreciate it because you already have done a week's worth of work, right? So no, that's why I'm giving you the additional off because that means that you're committed. If you went through that challenge, that means you're listening to me. That means you're doing the work. That means you're seeing the results. Then I'm going to reward you for that because that's what this is about. It's about you doing the work and it's about you getting the results that you desire and that you deserve, right? So just a quick recap overall. So Powerfully Positioned Woman Academy, bit.ly/Power Academy. If you will feel more comfortable talking to me first, because some people do, you can go to bit.ly/Chat Tara, and the C in chat should be capital and the T in Tara. So it's bit.ly/Chat Tara. Sign up for a time. And if you do that now, you can indicate it was now because after Sunday, the price is going to go back up. And guys, here's the thing. If you sign up, not only is it going to be the reduced price, the regular price is $14.97, but now it's $9.97. I'm also going to throw in, you're going to get all the bonuses I mentioned. I will also create a free custom bonus audio meditation affirmation that I mentioned for you as well. So regardless, we're going to have to talk. Part of your package anyways, you get two calls with me anyway. You get two, I believe, 60-minute power calls with me anyway. From those calls, I will create for you that custom audio meditation I mentioned earlier that I've been making for my clients that I've been getting really good feedback about. And again, I have my own personal feedback. That's why I began incorporating it this year because since I've been doing it, just the opportunities that I've been given, I've been getting random, oh, come get this award, you're going to be, next to people that are damn near celebrities. I'm like, okay, right? Just so many beautiful things have manifested as a result of me basically becoming the powerful woman that I desired to be and that I always knew I deserved to be, right? So let me teach you how to do the same thing because let me tell you, it is a worthy investment. And I believe in it so much because when I invested in my first personal coach, because I've invested in a number of different business coaches, but even still with that, my life, I feel like, did not change in the way that I really wanted it to, until I had my very first personal. Well, I had a spiritual life coach. Completely changed my life. Completely changed it, and that's why I feel so strongly just about Powerfully Positioned Women Academy. And that's the reason why I created it, because I know how powerful it was for me to shift and change my own life. And that's why I wanted to create something for you that will help you shift and change in your own life as well. Because there's power in learning the knowledge. It's power in having it broken down for you in pieces that you can understand. And it's just power in you working on yourself to becoming the very best you. And I still invest in programs, right? There's a program I need to finish up now that I think I started in February. I need to go finish it now. I still got like 2 modules left. So anyway, so I invest in others. My hope is that you will invest in yourself and join. And also remember that if you want to reposition old negative beliefs, you got to release them, you got to redefine them, and then you have to reprogram them so that you're vibing at a whole new level that allows you to attract something new into yourself and into your life. Okay? All right, so I love you. I hope that you have enjoyed this. And I hope that you will join me back here for day 3, which is tomorrow, which is all about putting the focus back on you and fully stepping into your power. So we will continue this conversation. If you have any questions about Powerfully Positioned Women Academy, feel free to email me or even email me any questions that you have, or go to bit.ly/chattera to sign up so that we can talk and I can see if it is a good fit for you. It's not a good fit for everybody. It's not. It really depends on where you are. And I do offer other programs or other things that might be of use to you. So sometimes I will decline people, or I will tell people, you might want to start with this program before you go here, right? You have to be at kind of a certain space and place for the program. So please make sure you email or sign up for a call if you have questions. Plus, I just want to talk to you anyway. Especially if I never talk to you, because then that means you're going to be my girl after that, right? All right, so enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know what has resonated with you, what you've enjoyed, and email me if you have any questions about Powerfully Positioned Women Academy, because it's about to be popping. All right, bye.